This conference will now be recorded.
Last class, we have seen how to go ahead and use an LDS, a form-based, right? Form-based data interaction from an LWC to Salesforce database. Using a form-based, right, with a record edit form, record view form, and the record form, right? View form, edit form, record form, you can go ahead and you can access Salesforce data without writing any server-side controller. Today onwards, we will start writing your server-side controllers. We will see how can I call a server-side controller, right? How can I go ahead and without writing a server-side controller through a programming, how can I interact with the database? There are two concepts to this, which we'll be learning today, right? Today's class would be half programming and half concept based, and tomorrow's class will be completely on programming. Now let's understand. The first thing we will start with is simple. What is that? Whenever I want in my record form, whether it's a record form, whether it's an edit form, whether it's a view form, I want custom fields to be created. Custom fields, right? In the sense, when I go to record edit form, right? When I go to my record, right? Record form here. When I go to my record form, I give layout equals to compact. System is showing you compact layout. I say layout equals to full. System is showing full. How can I create a lightning record form with a custom fields? If you remember in Lightning, we used to declare an aura attribute. Aura attribute name equals to fields. Type equals to string of array. Default equals to in the array I used to say first name, comma last name, comma email, comma fax or whatever. And then here in the lightning record form, I used to use something called as fields. Fields equals to v dot the field name. But now we don't have an aura attribute. How can we do that? First, let's start with it. And it's very interesting. New things will come in. Create new lightning web component. What is that? 01 LW, LWC underscore 0107 underscore EG1 underscore, right? What is that? I will say RECORD record, FORM form, CUSTUM custom, FIELDS. Custom fields. I press enter. I'm not following the naming culture. If you remember that, I told you everything should be in a lower camel, right? Which I was following it in the last class. Last class I was following in a lower camel. Again, I'm back to my lower and upper camel mix. Realistically, in real time, whichever is an individual component, use recommended is lower camel, but you can use an upper camel also, right? When I say upper camel and lower camel, I mean, right, your case, uppercase and lowercase characters. Now you can see that. Here it is. I go to the record field, right? Keep on watching, guys. Now, here I will say lightning, right? We'll start continue the yesterday's class. LIGHTNING, lightning, right? What is this? RECORD, record form. This is how lightning record form looks. I will break this line, enter, and I will enter here, right? I will say object API name, object API name equals to, I will give a variable. I will say ACCOUNT account object, right? Wait, you'll understand. Next, right? No, there is no colon here, right? Next, inside this is no comma, right? Next, fields, fields equals to my field, my fields. Actually, we should take all in small, right? Perfect. That's it. I'm not doing much. I'm not taking your lightning card and everything. You can put this inside a card, right? If you want, I can do that very quickly. So that LIGHTNING, lightning CARD card, right? Lightning card. I put this lightning record form, Control X, inside the card. Perfectly done, right? So this 2 has to be pushed. Perfectly done, right? I will say title, TIT, title equals to title, TI, right? Title equals to what? I'll say title equals to, right? RECORD, record FORM, form with CUSTUM, custom field. That's the title. Now, till here, it's all okay. Now let's go to the Java programming, JS. The whole programming will start now changing slowly. Whatever you have done in the first week of the class, simple programming. Today onwards, I'll be starting the complex programming. I have given you enough days to get adjust with all these environment and everything. Declaring a variable publicly, right, to use a variable and everything. Now you know how to use a variable, how to capture the field values. We will now go to the step 2 of the programming, and then we will go to the step 3. This week, right, another 2 more days, we will be in the step 2. Keep on watching. Now, right, before you start declaring the field, you have to import. The way you can see line number 1, import lightning element from LWC. Import lightning element from LWC. Who created it? System created it. In this environment, what I have been saying, comma track, tr. See that? Comma track, comma, right? API. Import lightning element, import track, import API from LWC. Right? You can import. Now you have to import the fields also. You have to use the import the field also. Now what does that mean? You will write one more import here. Import. This is the first time I'm doing something different now. Keep on watching, right? So what is this? Import. Import what? You have to say, right, what did we use, right? I will say any name. You can skip ACCOUNT account, or let's take in caps, ACCOUNT account. Mostly we give caps here. Object, OBJECT, object. From, no, from is small, FROM, from where? In the, right, in the colon, you will use like this, at the rate Salesforce. See, from where? At the rate Salesforce schema. I want schema. At the rate Salesforce schema slash a, what you want to import? Account. What do you want to import? Account. I want to import account table directly. These are called decorators. Wire function and decorators. I'm coming there slowly, right? Now, next. So account will be stored in this called as account object. Now let's come to the programming. Here, I didn't set API name equals to, I set account object. I will say object, right? I will say ABC. What is this ABC? Control C. Now I will come to the programming and I'll use ABC. ABC is equals to account object. That is nothing but account. ABC is equals to, because I'm importing the account table from the schema, from the Salesforce. I'm importing the whole account table, and that account table is now called as account object. That means account object is nothing but account. Account I'm passing to ABC, and that ABC is passed here. API object name equals to, I'm not hard coding in the front end. I'm saying ABC, and depending on that, I can change the variable. So automatically ABC became account and API object became account. Next, I copy the import. Control C. I have to do so many imports now. Import. Import what? I will say fields. In account table, what do you want? I want the name field. Mostly we give it in caps. Name. In the real time, mostly we give in a caps. Name field. Import name field. From where? From same thing. Import from. Import name field from @Salesforce schema account.name. Exactly the field name you have to give. NAME. Oh, NAME name. Similarly, how many fields you want? That's a problematic, guys. In LWC, this is a problem. I want name. What else I want? I want phone. Phone. I want industry. I want rating. Right? I want website. Let's take example. In account, there's a website field available. I want website. Phone. Account dot what? You have to say phone. PHONE. Industry. INDUSTRY. Website. 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 These are the fields. These are the fields. If there are 100 fields, Rupam, is it that I have to declare 100? Yes. If there are 300 fields, is it that I have to declare 300? Yes. The fields are not in use. That's the reason it's grayed out. Name, phone, whereas account object is brighter. You can see that because we have already used it. Now, next, I will say my field. My fields. I have declared a variable field equals to my field. My field is equals to what? It's an array. I will tell it array. What? I'm importing the name field. That is nothing but name. Oh, control C. Control C. Control V. Name. Comma. What is the next field? Phone. Comma. Next. Industry. Comma. Next. Website. Comma. See, I'm using it. What is this? Why it came here? Import from import shouldn't be here. See, what is name field is nothing but imported, right? What is phone field is nothing but phone is imported. See, all imported only. LWC is full foreign, all imported, no local. See, imported, 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 imported. These field comes in, right? These field comes in. Able to understand, guys? You have to use this import. What are these? These are your wire decorators. These are your wire decorators. Rupam, what is a wire? Rupam, what is a decorator? Right? Wait, we will see. First, just see. I will do a little bit of programming, then I'll come to theory. So that, because theory is very long now, it shouldn't get bounce. That is the reason I started with import, import, import. Now I will go here and I will say visible equals to true. Control S. Now I will deploy this. Control Shift P. Oh, did I save everything? Yeah. No. Control S. ABC, ABC. Perfectly done. Right? Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. How to put a custom fields. If you take compact, system will show you compact. If you say full, complete field of the object will be displayed. I want selective field. Whenever you want a selective field, you proceed or you go by this. You go by this, right? Source deployment failed because I didn't log into my org. Didn't I log into my org? No. Control Shift P. First, I have to go ahead and I should say authorize an org, production org. Without doing this, I'm just said deploy. No. Now system is trying to use this Rupam at the rate L. See, this org appears to be a problem because we didn't log in. We didn't authorize it. If you close, then you have to authorize it again. Wait now. Okay. My window, here it is. Rupam at the rate lt96.com, password CRM1234 hash, login. Right. Login was successfully ran. I can close it. I don't need. Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Now this time it will work fine because we have authorized the org. It's deploying to the source org. Right, deploy to the source org ran successfully. Let us log in. Right, Rupam at the rate lt96.com, password CRM1234 hash. Right, I click on my setup. I click on developer console. Right, I click on file, open lightning resources. I scroll down to the dummy app, LWC dummy app. That's the only thing that I have here. Oh, Y controller. I click on application. I close it, make it full screen. Right, I go to my right click, rename, copy, come to my developer console, change it.
JS file didn't save.
Sorry,
JS file didn't save.
didn't we save the JS file? Then what did we deploy then? Okay, so Control Shift P, once again deploy to the source org. If the JS file was not saved, in that case, I will go ahead and I'll put this. Right, so it's deployed. Now let's go ahead and check it out. I click on update preview. Wait, see that you are getting with your custom field. Name, phone, industry, website with a save button. Name equals to what I will say? I will say WIRE DECORATOR decorator technology. Phone number 88888. Industry agriculture. Website www.abc.com. Save. Automatically a record get created. Yes. Yes. See, I am able to create a record without programming. And that's too with a custom field. I go to the account, I should be able to see, right, wire decorator technology, right? See, wire decorator tech automatically got created from this LWC component. LWC component. Wire decorated tech. Because why this form is new? Because I didn't define the ID. If I go here and if I declare an ID, right? How to declare an ID? In last class program, you have seen. What is that? Record edit form, anything, right? You say record ID equals to record ID. If you give a record ID and then you declare as an API record ID, then automatically this form will start taking the ID. That's what we have seen, the use of API. Today, whenever you want to have a custom field, first you have to import the object. Once the object import is done, then you have to import the fields. Once you import the field, you can use the fields. That is the reason, right? Your fields are coming up here. That is the reason your fields are coming up. How your fields are coming up? Your fields are coming up like this. Rupam, I want to create an Apex input field. Apex input field. Apex input field, right? You can use, right? I was taking input text, input field. You can use input field and you can give name of that field is now what? This is the name field, right? See, in single word, whenever you want a field reference, you have to import it. Before you import the field reference, you have to import the object. These are the basics of WIRE we started. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Yes or no? Do you want me to repeat this again with a contact or it's enough? Do you want to repeat this with a contact or with enough? Or it's okay, I can proceed for the next one. Completely on you. Tell me. Do you want me to go ahead and move further? Or
Yeah,
it's enough?
we will try on contact. We will just do the
Okay.
example on contact.
Okay. You can do it on the contact and right, make the target area the JS file. Put the JS file in where? Put the JS file in, right? JS meta. Target should be record form. Drag and drop in the record form and check it out. Also use the record ID as an API. It should be working. So I want you to create a contact with a selective field using an import function, selective field with API. With API. When I say API, here it's a global variable. Okay. Now, let's get back to the second level, right? I told you we will be doing it. Today, we will see how to write a server-side controller. Server-side controller. Let me open a PPT first, little bit of theory, and then we will go ahead and we will check it out. So, Lightning, LWC, SSC, server-side controller. So many things are there. Events are there, life cycles are there, migrations are there, testing is there, wire is there. See all these LWC, LWC, LWC. We are already running little late. We are slow, right? We have been like a snail. We have to pick up the speed, right? Now, let's talk about today LWC server-side controllers. Put a heading in your notes called as LWC server-side controllers, right? Very important topic in LWC, right? This one and event, right, is the only heart or core of LWC. Remaining all are designing only, right? You want to tab, you can go ahead and bring a tab. You want a card, layout, and everything. Buttons, all those are designing, right? Now, before you go to the server-side controller, first thing, this is the first time you're able to see Aura enabled. As usual, the client, the server-side program should have Aura enabled annotation. You know this very well, so I need not to do that. Method must be static. Write down. Server-side controllers, number one, should be Aura enabled. Number two, must be static, right? Or it should be public or a global. The method should have a return type. It should have a unique name. It shouldn't collide with client-side name. That name should be different. Don't give the same component name or any name. Name should be unique. Otherwise, it will not fetch. Right? Now let us do this. Let us do this. Right? First, let me go ahead and write a server-side controller. So what I will do, I'm closing everything. And now I'm writing a server-side controller from here itself. You can use developer console to write a class. But because we are not using developer console, I'm using VS, so I'll do everything in VS. Control Shift P. I will say create an Apex class. What is the class name? What is the class name? I will say what? CL. All the class I will say CL. CL hyphen 0107 hyphen, right? EG2, so that it will match example 2 underscore what underscore. I will retrieve some data. I will say that I will retrieve and I'll put them in a table. We will see data table. Okay, directly. I will say data table. Data table. I'm copying the name. Control C. Press enter. Press enter. Now system is creating a class. Meantime, let me open a notepad and keep this name separately somewhere. Here it is. This is the class that I created. Public with sharing class name. And there is a constructor. I don't need a constructor, right? I don't mind whether the with sharing keyword is there, not there, because you remember that with sharing, without sharing will enforce sharing rules. Fine, let it be there. Every class actually we should write with sharing keyword, right? Okay. Now inside this, first I have to write a method. Public. It should public or global. It should be static. static static, right? I'm saying list. List of what? Right? List of what? List of contacts. List of contact. Be careful. List of contact. Avoid using any caps in the starting. In the starting, don't use any caps. My suggestion. Otherwise, it will not work. Get. Oh, I will say get contact. This is my method name. Get contact list is my method name. My method start, my method ends. This is a list method. You know that the method has to be what? It has to be Aura enabled. It has to be Aura enabled. At the rate, right? Aura enabled. Right? Automatically, see, system is writing. As soon as you write, system is giving the structure. Public static string. See that? It has to be public, it has to be static, it has to be a return type. So I am taking it from a string, I'm taking list. That's it. There's no change in that. Aura enabled. Aura enabled. Now, what I will do, I will directly say return, RETURN return. Return what? Return, I will write SQL code. Select ID. Oh, be careful, field names, ID, comma, first name, comma, last name, comma, phone, comma, email, from contacts, contact, limit 10. I'm just pulling first 10. Okay, that's it. Over. My server side control is over. Remember that we have to put something called cacheable true, which we'll see later. Here in a bracket, I have to put cacheable equals to true. What is that cacheable? I'll discuss and then I'll place. This is my server side controller, my controller name. Now let us create an LWC. Let us create an LWC. Control Shift P. Create a Lightning Web component. What is that? LWC hyphen, right? I can copy the same name that I gave there. Control C. Oh, Control Shift P. Create a Lightning Web component. LWC underscore LWC underscore 107 underscore example 2 underscore data table. Press enter, press enter. System is creating a lightning web component. Oh, sorry, some button got pressed. No problem. Okay. Right. So 107 example I'm closing. I'm opening the example 2. I go to the HTML, the template piece. Now let me first start creating here. Lightning card. Title equals to what? I will say title equals to data table example data type example. Icon icon dash name. Icon name, no caps. What is this? I will say standard.account, standard, standard, ACCOUNT. I know this standard, so I'm taking it. Space icon name, perfectly fine. Now, aura if something we will launch, new thing today we'll learn, right? Aura if we have seen the attribute aura iterator. Here, what is the equivalent of if else statement? It is called template if. There it's aura if, here it's template if. Template if true. If true equals to what? Right? Template if true equals to what? Keep on watching. Template if true equals to what? Contact dot data. Data is a keyword. Remember that. Don't change it. Don't put anything else. Contact dot error. Error is a keyword. Contact dot data. Data is a keyword. Data. Don't put D. Don't put A. Don't put my data. No. Data is a system reserved keyword. Contact dot data. If there is a data available, that means if true contact dot data, that means in the contact, if the SOQL is giving you back some data, then only I want the table to be displayed. That's exactly what I'm saying. Otherwise, don't display the table. I'm showing you aura if. If data is there, then the flag will be true. If true, then only the table is visible. What I will take lightning data table. Lightning data table. This is my lightning data table. Inside the data table, right, you have a lot of things. What are those? First thing is key field. Key is required, if you remember. Key field. Give something called ID. You can give anything, I don't mind. ID. Key field ID. Next, data itself. What is the data? Data is nothing but contact.data. This will have contact.data directly. Column. Every table should have a column. COL. Columns. I will say you can give any name, my column or col, right? If it's true, it will give you back data table. You cannot self close it. That's the reason there's a lightning data table start, data table close. Suppose it's true. If false, then again I have to say template if if I can take, again I'm taking if true. I'm not taking if false. If true what? Contact dot error. Error is a keyword reserved. Error is a keyword reserved. If it's an error, then what I will say? I will say, right, what any program here. If the data is not, it's not coming up, I will say what, right? If the data is not coming up, I will say what? I will say, right? Program here in case SYSTM system system gives error or error back. I'm not saying null data, error. That means system is giving error. Then you'll write the program here. I'm leaving it blank, right? My work is, let's say, because I know that I have not given any filter. I know that this program will not give any error, right? So automatically, right? I don't need this error, but I'm showing you like this also you can do. Contact.data, contact.error. Error and data is a system keyword. Error and data is a system keyword. Error and data is a system keyword. Don't change it. Control S. Now I go to my JavaScript. JavaScript. What you have to import? Is it that you have to import any object? No. We have to connect this particular LWC to the class that I created here. CL107 example2 data table class that I created. That's what I have to do. Right? By the way, let me log in. Okay. Here, as usual, import, import, import. Import what? Import the method name. Import the method name. What is the method name we gave? Here it is. Method name was get contact list. Always your structure will look like this. Import method name. Import method name from. You cannot use anything else there. Import method. Actually, you can use ABC, or you can say import ABC from. From what? From what? At the rate Salesforce. From where? At the rate Salesforce. No,
Salesforce
Apex.
Epics.
Because it's an
Yeah.
Apex class. At the rate Salesforce Apex slash. What is the class name? The class name is class name is this. Right click, rename. I already copied it, guys, in my text file. It's the same thing, right? I go back again to JS. Import class name dot method name. Go inside the class. Inside the class, the method name is this. Copy this. Come to the JS. Paste it here. This name you can give anything. Import ABC. Mostly we give the method name. Right? Same. You can give ABC also here. Import ABC. Over. Right? So Control S. I've imported, imported, imported. Now, what I will do? Right? What I will do? First of all, I need to create the column structure. I can write it anywhere. I can write it inside also. Inside also I can write. Right? I have to create a column structure. I can write it outside also, here also. Anything that you write above line number 6, above the export, it is called initialization. These are all initialization area. Line number 1, initialization. Line number 2, at the time the page loads. Anything that you want to execute at the time of page loading, we write in this area. After the page load, if you want to write anything, then we write inside this export. Before the page load itself, I want a column to be created. Then you write here. If you want it to be created with a button, when I click on submit, then it has to be created. Then I will write it inside. Now I'm writing outside, something different I'm doing. CONST, constant. Constant what? What is the name I gave? I gave as, sorry, I close this. Here, COL, call. Constant call. Constant call. I will say, now you see that COLS. I'm giving in COLSSSSSS. Colors equals to, equals to. How do you write a column? You know that in a lightning, you write in a brick bracket. You write in a brick bracket. Inside the brick bracket, you define the column structure in a curly bracket. No change in that. We put it in a JSON format. Label. Oh, label. Label is what? Label is FIR contact first name. This is the label. I don't mind. Contact first name. Comma. Field name. Sorry. Comma. Field name. Field name is capital. Field name. Field name. Field name is what? You have to go ahead and you have to get it from there. Exactly the same name that you have used there. Where? In your data table class. That's the reason I'm opening it. First name. Come here. Field name is first name. Right? First name. Perfectly fine. Right? Like this. How many columns you want? Control C. Control V. Control V. Control V. That's it. Contact. Last name. Last name. What is the field? I go to the class. Last name. Last name. Right? Last name. Last name. Next. Contact. Where you taken email and phone. EMA. Contact email. In the table, I have taken phone and email. So email. Contact phone. Which field you want to point? I want to point to this field called as phone. Yes.
Sir,
Question?
is type is required?
Type is not required.
Columns.
Type is not required.
Okay.
Not required. Not a mandate. Type. If you want, you can. If you did it just for formatting. Okay. You want type? No. So I'll put type also. Right? TYPE. 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 Type equals to what? There is a comma there. Comma. Type equals to what? Type equals to email is a email field. I want it to be email. Up, control set, type email. Right? Email is small. EMAIL. Right?
Sir, in line number 2, semicolon is missing.
Yeah. We'll check it later everywhere where what is missing. Right? So next, phone. I'm saying type equals to phone. Type equals to phone. Type equals to phone. Right? Right. Now what happened? Here I don't need last column. I don't need. Right? Anywhere, any problem? Now you see, right? Field name, colon, 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 phone, right? Email. After the email, let's press space bar and think all looks good. All looks good, right? Everywhere it looks good, looks good. See, at the time of loading itself, I want a column to be created. Any initialization is written here. Now I'm going inside. Okay, at the time initialization, the column is created. Now, here, what is that field? The field is CUL, call. I go here. I will say, right, call equals to whatever the column that was created at the runtime. Column that was created runtime. Right? Data inside this column will change. So I'll say comma API. And I will say at the rate API. At the rate API. Oh, sorry. Change is track. No, my mistake. TRACK track. I will say at the rate track. Perfect. Perfect. At the rate track. Track means inside the column. Next time when data can be changing. So I'll tell you why it's changing. Ideally, the data shouldn't change. Right? Wait, I will do something extra. Next. That's the reason I'm taking this. Otherwise, I don't need track. You need not to put it. You can just say column. So at the page load, this method will be called, the column will be created, and after the page load is done, column will be assigned to CUL. Now I have to go ahead and run this method. How can I run? First time I'm using something called as comma wire. Wire. The theoretical part I will teach tomorrow. Simple. At the rate wire. Just at the rate wire. What? What? What to wire? Wire this. Wire the import, whatever you are importing it. After the wire, immediately the result will be given. Result will be stored in where? In something called as contact. Contact.data, contact.error. We have said so. Immediately the data passed to the contact. Over. This is how you call a server-side controller. Much easier than what? Your lightning. In lightning, you have to controller equals to, you have to add, then you have to write call, get the method, invoke the method, right? In an invoke, you have to write get the state, get the result, assign the result, and then enqueue. Here, nothing. Whatever the data is there, whether it's a data, whether it's error, will be stored in contact in this variable. You can change this variable to ABC. If you say ABC here, abc.data, then data will be given. If data is not there, if there is error, then abc.error. Here I have taken contact. See, such easy, simple keyword called wire. Wire, it's a wire keyword. What is a wire? We will see later. I'll give you the definition. Right? Done. My server-side controller is done. At the time of initialization, column is created. I'm assigning the column to the data table. I'm assigning the data to the data table. Right? That's what we are assigning. Data to the data table, column to column. ID is ID. Leave it. I don't need the ID. Fine. Simple things are over. Control S. Right? I come to the metadata. I will say true. Everybody is able to understand. Yes or no? Yes. Metadata true. Right? Now I have to deploy. Before I deploy this, I have to deploy the class. Otherwise, this deployment will fail because it says import from. So you have to first deploy the class. Class. Control Shift B. Deploy this to the source org. Guys, able to understand, right? See how the programming is completely different. I am calling it through wire. Next, there are two ways you can call. There are two ways you can call a server-side controller. Right? Calling a server-side controller, to call a Apex method in Lightning Web Component, there are two ways. Right? Write a wire property. Then you can wire a function or you can call a method imperatively. Now write a wire property. What is this? I'm writing a wire decorator. What is that? Import is the wire decorator. Import is a wire decorator. Line number 2 is wire decorator. That is what I'm saying. Write a wire property. It's a property. Once you write a property, now you choose between a wire or a imperatively. I have chosen this. For both the type, it is must that you need to have a wire property. So wire property is must. Then you have an option to choose between imperative calling or a wire function calling. In today's class, I have selected wire function calling. Wire. I will show you how to call without wire also. Here I will not use wire. I will use imperatively. What is imperatively? We will see imperation. Imperatively. We'll see that. Now wire. So the class was deployed. Now I will deploy my component. Deploy the Lightning Web. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. We are deploying the component. we are deploying it to the component. If I have not made any mistakes in the comma or uppercase, lowercase, then it should be working fine. If I have made any mistakes, then system will give an error. And then we have to debug, find. It's taking so much time, I'm getting doubt. It's run successfully. Good. Right? Doesn't mean that run successfully means it will work. So I will say rename. I will copy this. I go to my developer console. I change it to this LWC and I click on save. I click on update. Wait. Nothing came up. Nothing came up. See, I should get the data here, right? I should get a table from contacts. Let's see, where did we make a mistake? Where did we made a mistake? Let's see step by step, right? First to the class. I told you that put here one thing that I forgot, or I told you I'll come here and I'll teach you later. Always make cacheable true, right? Cacheable true. C-A-C-H-E-A-B-L-E, cacheable. Cacheable equals to true, right? If you don't put this, it'll create a problem. I'll tell you what is this cacheable true. Which cases you have to, whenever you're retrieving a data, cacheable true. Whenever you're sending a data, now see one direction. From a class, I'm getting the data to a LWC component. Then you should write cacheable true. Whenever you're sending a data from LWC to a class, don't write cacheable true. Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Aura enabled, cacheable equals to true. Aura enabled. Whenever it's a data retrieval, use cacheable true. I will tell you why. What is this? I told you all these theories tomorrow. Now just understand. Cacheable true. Now I go ahead and I refresh my screen. Enter. Right? See that? Immediately the data comes in a table. Everything was correct. Because you have taken a type. See, it's looking like an email. Type. Because you have taken type equals to phone. It's looking like this. Right? Rose Gonzalez. Cian Forbes. Jack Rogers. See, data in a table in LWC. Using what? Using server-side controller. Right? Now you see that compared to your, right? Compared to your Lightning, LWC is quite easier using wire. That's it. See, how to pass a parameter to this, that we'll see later on. Today, one direction, only coming, incoming. We will see outgoing, then we will see incoming, outgoing together. Guys, able to understand? First thing, whenever it's incoming, you're fetching the data from a class to a component. Then you have to say cacheable true. If you don't write cacheable true, the data will not be displayed. First thing, cacheable true. Remember this very well. Right? In the class Aura enabled, we are not writing cacheable true in Lightning, but in LWC it's required. Rupam, what is this cacheable? As I told you, all theoretical class tomorrow. Right? Mostly, right? If time permits, we'll see today also cacheable true. Right? And then I declare the column. This column I can declare inside also, guys. I can put it inside. In that case, right, I can put it inside a function also. Whenever a button is clicked, then only I want the column to be displayed. Then only I want this to be loaded. I can put it at the time of loading, initialization. I can put it at the time of here, or I can put a button here inside this, inside the template, show data. Then only I want this to be called, right? You can do that. Here, lightning button, create it, call me Inside the column, put this track and wire. Inside the column, put this column. Column, track column, and wire. Done. These three things you can put inside a function. Then it will work with the button. Everybody clear what I'm doing? Yes or no? Understood? Yes or no? Right? Yes or no? Clear, guys? Understood? Right. Now, I want to change the data. I want to change this Rose to Rosemary. Only option is what? When I double click, right? Nothing is happening. It's not opening because it's a data table. It's displaying the data only, right? Here, it's a table. These are my headers. In the table, I want to change the data. In the table, I want to change the data. In the table, I want to change the data, right? Now let's see how to do that. How to do that? That is the reason I told you that what I am taking, right, in the column, right? Wait, what I will do, I will go ahead and I will just add a keyword, comma, editable true. Editable equals to, oh, not equals to, colon, true. Editable equals to true. Now, because it's a Boolean, so it has to be without quotes. Any Boolean, any number, any decimal without quotes. In JSON, any data which is Boolean or it's a number or a decimal should be without quotes. Only text has to be with the quotes. Editable, true. Editable, true. Editable, true. I copy this. I copy and paste here, comma, comma, editable true, comma, editable true, comma, editable true. Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Deploy to the source org. Done. Now come here, press enter. See the difference? Right, see that? Pen icon is coming up. Rose, I click on it. See, editable. I can say Mary, Rosemary, Rosemary. As soon as I click outside, there's a save button coming up. See, save, save. Did it save? Let's go to the contact. Let's see whether it's a Rose or Rosemary now. I select all. I select all. Where is Rose? Rose? No, it is not saved. See, I should have in the details, it should show Rosemary Gonzalez. Rosemary. See, I said Rosemary. Save. Rosemary Gonzalez. But when I enter it, the data is not getting committed to the database. Right? Jack 22 Rogers. Jack 22 Rogers 32. I check the box. I click on save. Okay. Save. Let's come here. Let's see that whether Jack is getting saved or not. I say view all contacts. Right? Jack Rogers. See, data is not getting committed. It should be Jack 22 Rogers 32. Jack 22 Rogers 32. So that means the save button is not working. So because we are using a data table, the button save and cancel comes automatically. However, the button save doesn't work. Button save doesn't work. That means now I have to write a save record. Now I have to write a save. In this button, I have to overwrite the save, right? Data table with save overwrite. That means the save button is dummy. Cancel button is working, right? I click here, scene 24. I click outside, I say cancel. See, cancel is working. It's clearing scene 45. I changed scene, I say 45, 6. I click outside. And I now see scene 4, 5, 6, 7. I say cancel. System restore backs. Cancel is working because it is within the page. Because it is within the page. But whenever you click a save, the data has to go. We have written only one program to retrieve the data. We have written only one program, what? To retrieve the data. But we have not written a program to what? To go ahead and save the data. So we have not written a save program. We have not written a save program, right? That means we have to now go ahead and, right? Suppose in the error, right? Error, I want to display some message. Even if I click on it, I change to GGGGG, I click outside and click save. Is it something is happening at the backend is the question? Yes, there could have been some error because we are not showing the error here. Write the program here. So let us write the error program. Maybe while saving, system is creating an error, right? By saving, you can see that while saving, system is having some error, right? So that could be one of the reason. That could be one of the reason, right? That could be one of the reason. So many things, right? Now, till here, everyone clear? Wire, right? Let us go ahead and first, right, handle the save button, right? Let us see whether how to go ahead. By default, I don't have any button here in this page. We will write this error program later. I don't mind writing now, but I'm not creating any custom button. I want the system button to be overwritten. This is a system button. What is the name of the system button? We don't know, right? So I'm not making any change here. I'm coming here, right? I'm writing a function called as handle save. H-A-N-D-L-E handle. Sorry, H-A-N-D-D-L-E handle. Handle save. Handle save. This is the save button name automatically by default. Handle save, handle, right? Handle save, handle cancel. All the buttons name that you see, these are default buttons that came up. Save, cancel is a default button. You want to override the program, handle cancel, handle save. If you get an edit button, handle edit. If you get a delete button, handle delete. Any default buttons, handle save. I can say handle save, right? I'm writing a function called handle save. I told you always put an event inside this event, right? Handle save, right? Now, what I want to do, we want to save the data. We want to save the data. We want to save the data. But which data you want to save? I want to save a data, right? Now, there's a little problem, right? That in the table, right? Sorry, let's go ahead. In the table, each one of it will not save all at a time. One by one, you have to see this field, this field, this field, where the change has occurred. You have to capture. I made a change here. I didn't make a change here. I made a change here. Roger, Y. See, there are two changes in the screen. This two has to be saved. This two has to be saved. When I click on save, I check it and I click on save. Both has to be saved. One first name, one on the last name. Like this, I can have here also I can say editable true, editable true. Somewhere I change the phone number. So hence we will go back to our old concept, the concept that we just learned. What is that? Import. Import. The way we can bring in the data, right? Same way we can, whenever I hit the save button, I want it to be saved, right? So what I will say import. See, IMPO, import. Import what? Import, right? Now I want to update a record. I want to update a record, right? Whenever you save, it's updating a record, right? So import what? Now something, this is what is new thing again to you, right? I'll be using import what, right? Update, this is a function which is already available. Update record, this is a function which is already available. Import update record from where? From @Salesforce, right? UI record. Do I have a UI record here? No. If it's not there, don't worry. If it's not there, don't worry. So just keep on typing. Import from where? Right? From, right? Okay, not @. Import from Lightning UI. Lightning UI record API. This one. Update method is pre-written in single word, right? That is what the tomorrow's class would be on, full theory. No programming, most it will go on theory tomorrow class. Inside an wire, there are a lot of program written. This wire has a lot of pre-written program. In the Lightning UI API, right, class, there is a method called as update record. I'm calling it. After the record is updated, I want to refresh the grid. That means I have to call refresh method also. IMPORT. Import what? Import refresh apex. REFRESH, refresh apex. That's the method name. Refresh apex. From where? Again, this refresh. Oh, sorry. From @Salesforce. Few of them are in Salesforce. It is an apex function. Refresh. I want a toast message. I want a message to be displayed. If you don't want, don't include it. If you want a normal alert, take normal alert. No, I want a toast message, a message which comes and goes away. I want. Then again import what? Toast message. There is a function available called as show toast event. Show toast event. From obviously toast message is not there in classic, it's there in Lightning, so it should be lightning platform. Do I have it? Not there. Okay, that means this library not included while installation. Okay, let's see. I'll try. If it's not there, see, it might not work because looks like that library didn't got imported, right? So what to do, we will see later. Lightning platform. I don't see Lightning platform, but let's see. LIGHTANING lightning slash, right? Platform. Flat show. Okay, flat show toast message. Something is there. Let me put this. Let me search in Google itself. This is a new library that got added. Recently it got added. Might not work, guys, but I'll try my level best to show you. Lightning toast message event documentation, LWC. I'm in LWC only. Yes, Lightning Web Component. So what is this? Import from Lightning Flatform Show Toast event. That's the latest library. Got imported. All the names has to be very clear, guys. You want to update the record. I want to save the record. Save means updating. That's the reason I'm calling the update library. Refresh the record. Like this, there are so many other. I'll give you the list, which when to include what. Import, import, import. It's something like saying include studio.h, include, right, this.h. The way in a C++ you include libraries, in Java you include libraries. Same way I'm including the libraries. Now, what do you want to save? I will make the change only on these two data, first name and last name, right? That's the reason I kept it limited. First name is editable, last name is editable. Now let's go ahead, import that also, right? We already created it. Where we created it, right? 0701 record form, right? JS. I will copy this all, right? Import, import, import the fields, import fields, control C, copy, right? Example 1, close it. I go to example 2, my example. Import what, right? Give anything, first name, right? It is first name, so FIRST, first name, right? This is what I'll copy this, control C. I will say last name, import first name, last name, last name. From where? From Salesforce schema, but not from account table, from contact table. Contact. From where? From contacts. Contact what? First name, field name has to match. Otherwise it will not work. Even small caps will not work, right? So not only that, I need an ID also. Import ID. Import, what is that? I will say ID field. ID is must. If you don't have ID, then system will don't even know from where it has to pull. Contact dot, what is this field name? ID field, ID field, right? I need this. This is mandate, guys. M-A-N-D-A-T, mandate for DML operation. For DML operation. Refresh, and these are optional. I don't want the data to be optional. Optional for refreshing. For refreshing. The next one is again optional. It's not mandatory to have to use. Optional to DISP, display toast MSG. If you want to put a simple alert, then fine. You don't even need this library. These are mandate field on which DML OP will happen. This is the place where the DML operation will happen. So it's mandate. Control C. Mandate. I'm giving you the definitions. Mandate. Import. See, first I wrote a basic program. Now I'm taking you a little bit more in the program. Right? Everyone. Okay, I keep it here. See how your LWC program is now increasing. Now let's come here. Handle save. What do you have to save? Right? I have to declare there are more than one field. So that means constant. I have to declare array. Constant. C-O-N-S-T. Constant. Constant what? Fields. Where the changes will happen. Constant field. blank. Now fields, 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 fields. What is that? Which field? First field is the first. First take the ID. Always take the ID. Right? ID. Keep on watching, guys. Different programming I'm doing. ID field. Always put dot. You have to put like this. Dot say dot field API name. Field API name. Right? FIELD field API name. Field API name. Field API name. Fields dot this field API name equals to, I have to capture the changes. event dot. What is that? DTAIRS details dot draft value. Why I'm saying draft value? DRAFT draft values. Draft values 0 0 location. Wait. Dot, right? ID. Fields ID field API name, right, equals to event dot details. Get the details. Draft. Draft is nothing but you made a change. Whatever the changes that you made is draft. Original value is Rose. Draft value is Rose is easy. Original value was Roger. Roger YY is a new value. New value is a draft value, which is not yet saved. That's the reason I'm saying draft value. 0. That means system will take only one value at a time. Only one location. 0. 0th location. Which if I remove the 0, then it will take all the values. Currently one by one. 0 location. 0th location. Fine. One data will be saved. Right? Let me see whether it works or not. Right? Similarly, I'll copy this. Control C, Control V, Control V. 3 fields are there. What is the second field? Second field is first name field. Right? What is the field here? Here also it's first name. Field dot first name. Right? Right? No. Here don't take this field. Here the original field name. Field name is first name. ID dot first name. Here last name field. Last name field. Last name, right? Last name dot field API name. Last name dot field API name. Okay, clear now? Right, what I'm doing, everyone, right? So event dot detail dot draft value 0 dot last name. What is the last field name? Last name. Last name. Last name. Perfectly fine. Whatever the field I created, on that field I will pass these fields. Right? Wait. Let's understand. So many things will happen now. It is, I don't think that we have a time today to do it. Okay. Should I stop it here? Otherwise, it will take another 20 minutes to overwrite this. Another 20 minutes to overwrite this. Right? What is the task I'm doing? I'm trying to go ahead and override the button that comes in the record form, because that button is non-responsive button. When I click on it, nothing happens. I'm overwriting this button because this is my custom way, right? Through a class I'm calling, right? It is not with a record form. Through a class, I'm running an SQL statement displaying the data. Whenever I say edit, edit will always give me a save and cancel button. If it would have been a record form, the save button would have worked. But this is not a record form. This is a data table. Hence, the save button is not working. When the save button is not working, that's where I'm trying to go ahead and do what? I am trying to import these update records and everything, and then I'm attaching those to here, right? This is for overriding, right? Another 15-20 minutes for it to explain and do it. We will continue this tomorrow. If you don't write this also, no issues till here. Control S, it'll work, right? The data will be loaded. Even if I deploy, it will not give error. But whenever you click save, it will give error. So don't click save. Just refresh the screen and system will display the data table. Today's homework. I displayed on a data table. I want you to go ahead and display in a tile format. Same thing, homework is to display in a tile format. Understood the homework? Display in a tile format. Second, homework 1. Homework 2. Homework 1, homework 2. Right? First homework. From the database, pull it. I am displaying in a data format, table format. You try to do it in a tile format. Tile means 111 box layout. Next homework. Next homework. LWC homeworks. Do it, guys. It's very interesting and very different. I want, right, in a component, all right, I want a form name, which we have already did there. Name, phone, email. Let's assume. I want a button here called submit. I'll continue this homework. That's the reason I'm telling you. Whenever you click on submit, I want a data table to be displayed, which we have already did. I want the data table to be displayed. In this data table, I want whatever you submit to be get added. Whatever you submit to be get added to this table. It should have a column label. Name, phone, email. You click submit, it will keep on adding. For example, I go ahead and enter a data called Rupam. Phone number, I enter a phone number called as 777. I enter email called as rupam@rupam.com. As soon as I click on submit, it should show here. I want this to happen. Input from there, right? Can you do this? Can you do this? In one component itself. Suppose there are two components, then we'll go by event. I'm saying this is in one component itself. Inside component 1 itself. LWC component 1. Inside LWC lightning component 1. That's it. These are all layouts. Don't think that this the first rectangular box is component 1, this is component. No. Component 1, component 2, we will do what? With events. Now without event, I want this homework. You have to do it. Next time, whenever you click save, the data has to be saved in the database and it has to pull from a SQL query. Next class, I'll show you how to submit and save the data to the database. Now we're doing update, we'll do the save. Able to understand, guys, the homework? Yes or no, everyone? Yes or no? All keeping quiet. Rupam is doing all something. See, LWC is the highest level of toughness in Salesforce. Below than that, lightning. Below that, integration. There are only two tough things in Salesforce: integration and LWC. These two are the tough. You forget, you don't remember. It's not your problem, me also. Sometimes even I forget. Right? It's a new technology, 8 months old. You can see. Nobody's there in the market to teach because nobody has ever worked on it. Everybody would have worked on Salesforce, but nobody worked because I'm working. That's the reason I'm able to remember all this. New things. For example, the toast. You can see that whenever you try to include the toast library is not there. In the SFDX, toast library has not even been pulled up. I don't know whether it will work or not, but see, I'm trying to do this with you. This is toast message library. We might not get a toast message. See, whenever I say lightning, I don't have this platform. Right? You have seen that whenever I say from lightning, I don't see the platform show toast event at all. So if it's not there, then it will not work. Something new coming up. Every day LWC, every release, LWC has new things coming up. That was the reason that why I kept LWC class separate out of everything, not as a part of your regular syllabus. Right? Guys, are you comfortable in today's class, whatever I'm doing? Yes or no? So that I'm increasing the complexity of the program, guys. Slowly. Last classes, these many days, you've been thinking, inte gada. Okate class repeat avutundi. One topic only, he is dragging full time is chestunadu. Maybe you might have thought, but that is just to give you a comfortability so that you start practicing with LWC. Now you realize in the second week of the class how it is going inside. But still able to understand 50% or it's completely bouncing? Tell me this first.
Yes, sir.
One yes. What about others? What about others?
Yes, sir.
50-60% you are able to understand, right? It's tough. It's not that easy that you're thinking.
Yes.
Right? Practice. Yes, tell me.
Can you open .html files?
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
I need to look over there.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, girls and boys, please practice. Listening the class will not be sufficient in LWC. You have to practice, right? Otherwise, you'll not be able to remember. If you're able to sustain, if you're able to put in your resume, you are good in LWC or you have a knowledge on LWC, I bet you that no interview you will get rejected. Not a single interview you will get rejected. The first interview itself you will get selected, right? If you put LWC and if you're able to display or show him, tell him all these concepts, right? Nobody will be, first of all, they will not ask much question on LWC because they don't know. Even if somebody knows here and there, if they ask and you answer it correctly and you show them behind your resume or take a printout of these programs, say that, see, these are the LWC program I was practicing, I'm doing, I know it, right? With the resume, take this, give this in the hand while you give a resume. These are my task work I did. Don't just give resume. Otherwise, resume will, will not give an impression to the interviewer that what you know. ఎందుకంటే పెట్టినప్పుడు అందరు పెడతారు, everybody will put everything. Go with this task paper. By turning the papers off, they will see, oh, LWC program, arey wah. They get an impression, they will get a confidence on you. They will ask question, you answer the question. I give you that assurance that first interview you'll get selected, because there is no LWC resource in the market. Nobody knows LWC. So it's the right time. This is how the LWC is moving now. It's tough, guys. You need to practice. Why I'm calling it not right now? Another how many weeks, right? So this is the second week. Let's say another 3 weeks, 1.5 months I'll take, right? In another 3 weeks, 3 weeks left. 3 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15, 15 to 16 classes still there. On those, these programming will come, and you should not get bounced. This is, I am in the lower level. I have to now go to the what? Event level. In the event, including event and this I have to use. So it will become more complex. So please start focusing on it, right? I want this learning to go, not, it shouldn't go failure, right? Okay, we are already exceeded the time of class. Thank you, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. We will continue this program tomorrow. Do the homework that I gave you, right? Have a nice and wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.